At this point, we get a new release date leak for Red Dead Redemption 2 from retailers like once a week, so of course we have another one for you today. This one comes from a rather reputable retailer, so we probably have reason to put some stock in it, according to a listing made by Media Market, also known as Media World, and one of the largest, most respected retailers in Italy, and the second largest retailer of electronics in the world after only Best Buy. It seems as though the game may be targeting an October 2nd release date. October 2nd is a Tuesday, and it is in the fall, so the rumor makes sense. What gives it even more credence is the fact that the listing was changed very quickly to have a release date of December 31st. You can check out a screen cap of the original listing on the screen. So, honest mistake rectified to prevent people from getting the wrong idea? Or did they hit close to home? We should know soon enough. Recently, promotional images were leaked for Sledgehammer's upcoming Call of Duty 2017 that seem to suggest that for the first time since 2008's Treyarch-developed World at War, the series will be returning to a World War II setting. This is of course in line with earlier reports that the game was going to go back to the series' traditions. What's interesting though is that it seems Sledgehammer have been teasing this setting for their upcoming shooter for a long time, since Advanced Warfare first came out in fact. As far back as April of 2016, Michael Condrey, who is the studio head and co-founder of Sledgehammer Games, wrote in his Twitter bio that among other things, he's working on Call of Duty ######, in which case the four symbols probably mean WWII. A bit of a stretch, none of these rumors turn out to be true. What's more, while supporting Advanced Warfare, Sledgehammer Games released several new guns through supply drops in the game, such as the MP40, the M1 Garand, and the M1911, all three of which are noticeable old weapons that can be related to the World War II era. The ultimate aim of all advancements in video games and graphics tech is to achieve photorealism. Graphics so good that they're indistinguishable from photos or videos of real life. We made some startling strides towards achieving that, at least on a macro, broader scale, but in many ways, photorealism seems as far from our grasp now as it did 30 years ago in the era of the NES. So given that even with the PS4 Pro, which is a reasonably powerful console, we haven't yet been able to hit photorealism, is there a possibility that we do with the next console cycle, when the PS5 finally rolls around? That's what we asked Stardock CEO Brad Wardell when we had a discussion with him. Stardock is a highly technical inclined company, having made some truly stunning looking games, such as Ashes of the Singularity for PC, and any of its executives know what they're talking about, which is why Wardell's comments struck us as so interesting. Well, I think we can achieve photorealism with the current cycle actually, he said. We can go full realism. I mean, can we get past Uncanny Valley? Probably not. When I think photo, I think still images, and we could definitely do that. For one frame, it's usually the animation or how the light interacts with certain materials that makes you go, this isn't quite right. The problem, according to Wardell, is no longer the hardware we have on hand. It's the software we're using to utilize that hardware. You know, a lot of it comes down to the engines too. The hardware guys probably shake their fists at the software because everyone is using those engines nowadays, these off-the-shelf engines that were written back in the early 2000s. And sure, they've iterated, but they're still based on the assumption that one CPU core is talking to one GPU. For example, their lighting techniques are very much a video game style lighting technique, and not what you would see in a movie or CGI, but they could, the hardware can. It's just that the software doesn't allow them to. So essentially it sounds like we're just waiting for the engines to catch up with where the hardware was years ago at this point. Epic, Unity, DICE, and others, you all know what to do. That'll be it for this video. If you like what we're doing, please go ahead and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.